What's the good word, y'all? Welcome to the New York Jets Syndicate channel. It's your boy DKB here. So, our offensive player of the year, wide receiver Garrett Wilson, he had a message he wanted to portray out there in regards to having Aaron Rodgers in the building, what it means. A lot of people have been talking about this energy and this aurora that can be felt around Meadowland, around Florham Park, in New Jersey, where this New York Jets team is, and plenty people are feeding into it, right? So Garrett Wilson is going to be an interesting year for him because we've seen what he did with a four-man rotation at quarterback. His rookie season, eclipsing 1,100 plus yards, snagging four touchdowns. And with Aaron Rodgers and with this connection, it feels like he has to Devontae Adams skill set wise, and you know that kind of being a throwback for Aaron Rodgers, you can't help but think that Garrett Wilson could potentially put up some offensive player of the year type numbers with Aaron Rodgers, especially considering the fact that there has been almost an immediate chemistry since he walked into the building and started tossing some of these footballs around to these skill player guys. So, he mentioned there's definitely a buzz around the team. He's just coming from practice as well. So he's had about a week or so away from Aaron Rodgers, and we know that a lot of the recent talk has been that Aaron Rodgers has a complexity when it comes to hand signals, last minute adjustments and changes he wants to make based on what he's seeing at the line of scrimmage. But he said there's definitely a buzz around the team to get someone like Rodgers, a legendary player and person. He's great. He has an aura. Everyone feeds off it. It's about learning the nuances of it. He's working with us, and we're getting better every day. One of the things that I think a lot of people didn't expect, there's a lot of Packers fans that are tuned into what's happening with the New York Jets as well, considering they just lost their Hall of Famer for, the ending parts of his Hall of Fame career. And a lot of what was thrown out there was that, Aaron Rodgers is kind of lazy, he's selfish, hasn't done much for the team and stuff. And a big part of what I've been mentioning for a while now is that relationship between the Packers and Aaron Rodgers has been deteriorating for some time. So with us getting a revitalized version of Aaron Rodgers, you're seeing him do a lot of things he hasn't done in forever, right? He's actually wanted to play in preseason games, which is something we haven't seen done since 2018. He's actually participated in training camp, all of them, and this is after he even said he doesn't expect, but to play, to be involved in all of them, maybe the majority, but definitely not all. And we had perfect attendance from him. And then we're talking about just him as a whole. We've heard how hard he is on his wide receiver room and them having to get this offense perfect. And we've heard plenty of people mention the patience that he's had with this New York Jets team, the offensive line, all of the skill player guys. He has some vets in there to kind of help keep things going along. But I'm sure even they would say that this is a much different version of Aaron Rodgers than what they've expected and been used to. So the biggest part for me is going to be, can we see a consistent dominant performance week in and week out from Garrett Wilson? I think we definitely got the flashes and glimpses of that last year in his rookie season. Every quarterback, almost to a detriment, keyed in on Garrett Wilson as being a fundamental part of that offense. And so you have a bunch of poor quarterbacks, or at least poor quarterback play, that has what we deem to be a superstar on the roster, and it's still blowing my mind that for that first week we kind of excluded him out of gameplay after seeing what he did the rest of the season. But nonetheless, if he can go in week out and be that guy that can dominate his matchup, it's almost the reverse of us having a Sauce Gardner, but for the offense, right? You have a guy that can nullify their number one quarterback and make sure that he's producing at any point in given time in the game. And so the biggest piece that I'm curious about, I think in the short and intermediate levels of the field, we're going to see, crazy numbers from them. What I am waiting to see is Aaron Rodgers hasn't shown an elite propensity to attack the deep ball, or at least have a lot of success in the deep level of the field. And we've seen Garrett Wilson kind of somewhat struggle in that area, of course, hindered by a lot of that quarterback play as well. if they can lock in the deep part and get some consistent bombs going as well, I think we're going to unlock something for both of these guys that hasn't really been seen in some time. But overall, we know the energy's high. We're riding high, especially after what we just did to the Carolina Panthers. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are. What are your takes when it comes to the Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers connection, and kind of what you're feeling about the current energy surrounding New York. And I'll catch you guys again. Peace.